Sweet fade in, fades out, fade in, fade out again, but they look a bit kind of blurry. There's a teeny bit of motion in that kind of last fade in, fade out static shot. Can't remember if that was my fault due to the tripod not being fully tight, the camera on it. I love the slow fade in here, and then the Irish coloured tiles to sell the idea that this was covered by a brother and sister duo from Galway.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
The fact that he walked as he starts singing was also pretty cool. And the very slow fade in as the girls' harmonies start was also quite aesthetically cool. And the general area, it just looks beautiful. But we weren't taught color grading and color correction at that stage, so we didn't really know how to make it look better, but we filmed with the Canon cameras at that stage, which are fine for your basic video stuff, but for proper filmmaking, they wouldn't really be that great.
You were only waiting for this moment to rise.
A bit of feedback that I did actually get as well was that the fella here was just sort of tapping his foot like this, kind of out of sync. So if I was to go back and do this again, I'd actually have him tapping his feet, but with the dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun. And also I think with the other shot here, the medium close-up one, he's slightly out of focus. The right side of the composition is out of focus, which is fine, but the left side of the composition is in focus, which doesn't exactly sit right with me, but he's at least at eye level with the rule of thirds, and you can kind of see a bit of light in his eyes, so his eyes aren't dead.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life.
Also, the back of him being out of focus, fine, because it's over the shoulder. The two of them are at different levels of the rule of thirds. He's on eye level and she's on below eye level, but that's due to the height differences. The lighting in the background kind of looks quite overexposed, which to me, no, that's a bit kind of meh. But it was our first music video, so I'm not going too harsh on the light. Again, he's out of focus. Bits of the background are in focus, which it really should be the other way around. He should be more in focus, the background should be out of. Those two being out of focus though is fine. It's kind of like an over the shoulder, it's like an in between over the shoulder kind of shot, where instead of it just being, say, over the shoulder here, over the shoulder there, of him opening the door and telling those two come in, it's just the one shot where both of those shoulders are in frame, and then he's just like, as in, let's head in.
Only waiting for this moment to be free.
This one's quite cool. I haven't really got much to say about this one. Background's out of focus, he's in focus. Just a simple
Blackbird fly, blackbird.
This one's my favorite, actually, out of all the shots, because it just beautifully sets the other setting that this video takes place in. Like, as soon as it's Blackbird fly, those two are literally on the top left, top right of the composition, singing that, and, well, lip syncing it. It just really aesthetically sort of sets the video up. I do wish though that there was maybe a bird flying around or something, or we could have gotten a different shot of maybe a foresty kind of area, or a different area of this kind of river with a bird flying around. I think this was filmed at like maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. The second semester, February, March. I think we were still in winter at that point. I can't remember. But it's Ireland. The weather's just weird.
Into the light of a dark black.
Lighting again. Bit overexposed, but not a big deal.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life.
Not too much to say in this one.
You're only waiting for this moment to rise.
I also just realized, I think this shot was... It's basically the same shot, except it was angled slightly differently. Okay, so it's basically 5 to 10 a night, but I've actually noticed that it was filmed in the exact same spot, the exact same spot, but it was just kind of rotated kind of like this slightly, which I didn't fix in post-production. I didn't kind of rotate that shot to make it more kind of straight. So that's actually my fault, and I do apologize. Back to the video.
Blackbird.
Was that a teeny bit of camera shake as well?
Blackbird.
Yeah, teeny bit of camera shake. Also a bit weird how he stops to turn around and then he's suddenly walking past this way. But I was, again, the one that kind of edited it and put it together, so I had to kind of just edit what we had. Because I did take sick as well, so I couldn't even be there when it was being filmed up in this area.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life.
I like how they're both now on the left side of the composition. Top left and top left and bottom right, respectfully. Kind of sells that they're now basically singing to the subject that's on center right of the composition. Background is out of focus, or sorry, in focus, and yeah, shot is decent.
You're only waiting for this moment to be free.
He's kind of just looking out.
Blackbird fly.
I love how, as he's looking down at the bandage, and as the two of them are singing Blackbird Fly, top left and top right of the composition respectfully, I love how it's now slowly fading in. And as he's looking down at the bandage, it kind of really well sells the kind of fact that, oh, his wing's been damaged and I can no longer fly now that I've got a bandage on. And it just looks, it just looks good. It got me in the feels the first time I watched it back.
Blackbird fly.
He's just getting up and leaving.
Blackbird.
He's back in the bottom left. He's walking back that way.
Blackbird fly. Blackbird.
I wish that he kind of walked just straight across that way instead of at a slight angle. I do wish that's how it would have panned out, but oh well.
Fly, blackbird fly.
I do love how, as it's their final set of lyrics, and as it's fading out from that establishing wide shot, I love that as that's happening, those two are fading out, just to sell the idea that we're now no longer there. We're going back to where we were, and it's just like, oh, fucking aesthetically good.
Into the light of a dark black.
I always like this bit. This bit always cracks me up. They both basically just finished listening to Take They Did. They're quite happy with it, and they're like, huh? He turns around. I do wish though that after the shot of him opening the door, after the medium shot of him opening the door and him kind of being like, I do wish that he had an extra shot of, I don't know, him like fainting or something, as if he's just like, oh shit, it's the guy we just son about. And then just a sudden, and then that would have been the final shot, and then that would have been the end of the music video. That's how I would have done it personally. I felt that would have added a bit of humor into it. But yeah, overall, I'm quite happy with how that one actually turned out. We actually got a 60 for it, which is a merit one. And yeah, so a lot of the stuff that I would really fix would be, can I make this one less blurry, less pixelated? Same with this one. Kind of not make this one have any sort of motion whatsoever. Make it static. And now that we basically have color direction and color grading learned, just apply that to all these shots that are set up in the woods and make it more kind of prettier looking and not really as bland. And have him kind of like dun-dun-dun-dun, 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 with the footsteps instead of him just rapidly tapping his foot at a sync with the beat. Fits the focus on this one. Make sure this background's at the focus. Same with this bit. And also generally just use an IR lens, like a 100mm lens. And to get rid of those bloody subtitles that are at the bottom here. I felt at the time the need for them was just because that it would have done to actually tell what was being said, instead of just letting the story visually tell itself. I don't know why, I was just a bit weird about it. I was told not to add those in by the fellow I was working with, and then I did it. So, sorry. What else is there? Oh yeah, put him more in focus, background out of focus. Keep these two out of focus. Again, color correction and color grading. Not much to say about that one. Color correction, color grading. Like if I was actually there, I would have told him just keep walking on, and then I would have had it cut. I would have actually filmed this bit in a different bit, just further down, and have it cut to just kind of him walking past instead of.
You were only waiting for this moment to
Instead of just a minute or two for him to do that.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these.
Not much to say about this one. Again, same thing. For sure, using our lens. Get a close up of him looking out and have him on center right of the composition. And then get a point of view shot of the area he's looking out in. A low angle shot of him looking down, high angle shot of the bandage, and then the same other shot again with the face, looking down, and then just looking out. And then cut back to him just basically walking away, but walking straight out instead of just like kind of turning slightly to the right. Have him walking straight left or straight right instead of at a slight angle. I also actually was trying to find a way to kind of have those two fade out as exactly he's walking in, but with how the green screen was done, I couldn't really do that. But it still looked okay. Nothing to say about this one. They're both in rule of thirds. They're both in focus. The mic's set in focus, which is fine. Headphones are in focus. They're both in rule of thirds. Eye level. That one's okay. Probably would have made the door handle more slightly in focus though. And then take out those blooming subtitles out, because Jesus. I had this bit done in one take, and then just have him fade, or have him, sorry, faint. Like, I would do it in the order where he turns around because the door's been open. The other two have looked at, what? And then he opens the door. He's like, he opens the door, just stares, come back to him as he faints, and then just end it with him going like, I feel that would have actually brought a bit of a comedic element to it, which I actually would have loved to have done, but we learn. But overall, I'm quite happy with that one, way how that one turned out.